next. And of course, we try to highlight our sons, our daughters, our kings, our queens who are impacting the artistic world, the cultural world positively, and basically doing big things, in the cultural space. Now, my next guest speaks to that. You all know him, you all love him. And if you don't, please get in touch with what's going on culturally here. I am talking singer, songwriter, poet, musician, activist, naturalist, you name it. And this young man embodies all that. We welcome Zav to our Tobago stage, our brunch set today. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for giving us your time.
Thank you all for the invitation. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, nice to have you. I've been waiting for you for a while. I see you finally surfaced and you're finally here with me. So take me back a little bit. How did this all start for you? Were you always into arts, culture, writing, composing? Take us back.
No, I can't say I actively was as Xavier, but the genetic memory would say so because I come from a musical family.
Right.
So they would have been heavily involved in music. My grandfather played piano and my aunt sang and played piano, my father too. So genetically, yes, but to say actively involved, no, not for me really until maybe like my late adolescent stage of life.
Right. So how did that come about? Did you just start hearing lyrics in your head? How did it start? Because I mean, the story for each creative is different.
Yeah, true that.
Mm-hmm.
How it really started for me was that I was in my final year of university
Mm-hmm.
and I had a son on the way.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that has happened.
Yeah.
And I was simultaneously going through my own personal journey and growth and death of certain parts of my ego.
Mm-hmm.
And through that, I discovered a desire to want to create music that will inspire and uplift myself and the next generation of myself.
Yes.
So I started to write songs that would tell the story of the journey I was going through, that hopefully him and others could listen to and relate to and feel inspired to take that journey to self-discovery as well, because have nothing more liberating than to come to know who you are.
Yeah, definitely.
So, that journey was something worth recording, and it was, I was inspired to share it through music, so I did.
And there are some things that just come naturally because it's cosmic.
Yes.
And so that is our light that's emerging right there. And I felt that is what happens for you. It's still happening because
It's still happening.
the journey never ends.
It
We're
doesn't.
always on that path to our awareness and knowledge of ourselves, accepting who we are, knowing that we are who we are. We come from kings and queens, artisans are we, architects are we, so getting to know yourself.
Yes, truly liberating and truly empowering, and it's a journey you had to be brave on, because all the old ideas that you would have had about yourself or others would have had about you, you had to be willing to let those things go. And we get attached to those things. So, but it's worthwhile. And it's like, ultimately everybody want to be happy now, and you're most happy being yourself. So the journey to discovering that, that's a journey to take.
Yeah. And coming in touch with, well, rather embracing your roots, because I look at you and I feel your vibration, and that's roots and culture right there. There is no ifs, buts, maybes about it. Coming into your own as a human being, as a young man, sparked this evolution of Zav.
Correct.
Yeah?
Very much so.
Mm-hmm.
And even because this is the third iteration of the sobriquet. When I started, I was Xavier, and then I was Xavier Edwards, and now I'm Zav. Effectively, I always wanted to be myself. Like I always wanted to embody a whole being, not a entity that is an artist and then I'm somebody else. Otherwise, I wanted to be real. So.
So you just wanted to be yourself, but you wanted to be every aspect of
every
yourself.
Aspect, fully.
A holistic human being, a holistic presence. Because that's what we get when we experience your performance, we experience you performing. And there's always a buzz. You have a buzz about you. I remember one time I saw you and you had your guitarist who was actually here
bad
with
guitarist
us. Yes. So good morning to you. And there was a buzz, there was a energy, there was a feeling that came about even before you uttered a lyric or a line. And that is something that is so unique to you because this is your light emerging.
Yeah, give thanks to the family tree and both the biological bloodline and the spiritual bloodline, because that is the manifestation here. So give thanks to everybody from time go back, those I know, those I do not, and those who contributed in real time too. Big up, big love to those people.
But do you remember the first time I spoke to you was in WhatsApp? We didn't meet, and the conversation was so positive, and I felt as if I knew you from so long ago. So I took note of that because the positivity came shining through with just one conversation.
Yeah, we exist in the dimension of time, but the spirit exists beyond that.
Oh, so yes.
When we meet, it's timeless. When spirit could connect with spirit, it's timeless.
So what's so yeah, I love, and I say this on this show all the time, I love when our youth, our young people, we're doing positive things and we're impacting humanity positively. I cannot stress that enough. For those of you who watch the show, you would hear me say that countless times. And Sav is just one of those persons that when you meet him, you cannot help but feel positivity. And it's so immense. It's something that is it pulls you in. It's like a magnet, and it comes through any piece of literary work that you do, whether it's poetry, whether it's music, whether you just feel like writing a phrase, a sentence, 2 words, a line. It comes through, and we thank you. We want to thank you so much for putting pen to paper and being able to share this cosmic energy with everyone.
I appreciate the appreciation. I truly do, and I give thanks to be able to receive and to translate at a level that is so well received.
Yeah. What's next? What's next for Sav?
Right now, we're doing some groundwork, between myself and Ashaku and Kiwa, and we've been doing a lot of work on the ground when it comes to live music and sharing that same energy, that same goodness, that same vibration with the people. And we're also in a real unique creative space too, with people like you, Major, and Kiwan as well in the creative space. So he's also a bad producer.
Yes, good morning to you.
Songwriter too. We get too caught up in the languages. That everybody wants the same thing. All want to feel peace and joy and fullness of life. That is all we want. So try your best to create space for others to experience that and set an intention for you to experience that too. When it comes to practical steps, which are useful too, they are very, very useful. I don't like to get caught up on the languaging too much, but practical steps, the things we eat, You know, the food we put into our mouth, our ears, our eyes, you know, all these are mediums of energy exchange. So we want to be mindful about what we're listening to and what we're eating and what we're watching. You know, it's challenging because there's so much out there. I myself, there's always, you know, it's a dance because you want to be able to know what's happening too.
Yeah.
It's like I saw Denzel say at time, you know, if you watch the news, you're misinformed. If you do watch it, you're uninformed.
Yeah.
But you know, if you listen to music, you know, so you still want to be able to navigate, but navigate from a place of the intention to not be
wrapped up
by it. You know,
Yeah.
that's the journey, and it's eternal.
Yeah.
You know,
because you're described as a sonic expression.
Yeah, a sonic expression.
Divine human spirit.
Yes, correct. Sonic
And that's what you are.
Yes, that is it. Sound, you know, as always, one of my first elders along my journey, Uncle Hugh, big up Uncle Hugh one time, he was telling me, everybody used to talk about the creation story, whether metaphorical or real, in the biblical reference that says, and then God said, let there be light, and people just talk about light, and we're like, and then God said, sound. So it's really the song was first, you know. So we are all a sound that then eventually vibrated and slowed down enough that it could be solid and is light and visible.
Yes.
But we are all sonic expressions of the divine.
Yes.
You know, and it's up to us to choose to express closer to the divine.
I like how you said
or
that.
express it that way.
Yes.
Or move through where necessary, knowing that your neighbor is tethered to that.
Yes.
You know? And, you know, living from that space. So,
you know, I love the way that you broke that down, because you answered so many questions with just my one question. So you broke it down and you touched on various aspects of what I was asking. Some of your influences I found really interesting. Erykah Badu.
Yeah. Big influence.
Definitely.
Big influence. I was listening to Erykah strictly at one point, nothing else. Like nothing else. That was in my my later years of university. Just like, you know, exploring. And I don't even want to say exploring like I chose to explore. It was just me listening to the guidance to, you know, let go of certain things or explore different things. And music was one of the things I was really tapping into and paying attention to, like, how does my body feel when I listen to this? What kind of thoughts do I have preceding listening to this? What kind of thoughts did I have preceding the desire to listen to this? And I found that artists like Erykah, the music had me feeling like I was resonating closer to that aspect of the divine, which is what I wanted now. As humans, we have free will to want whatever we want. You know, you do your thing, but that is what I wanted. I wanted to feel the living spirit in my livity. And she was helping me to do that. So I listened to her, and then I write the Live Free project. You know?
So let's talk about the Live Free project. Let's talk about that, because that is something that I feel resonates very truly to what you are and what your journey, where you want to go. You know, what legacy you would like to leave when you're not on the earth anymore. So let's talk about the Live Free project really quickly before we wrap. Tell us about it.
That body of work was my first body of work. It's the first set of songs I ever wrote, and I wrote them very quickly. It was very easy for Xavier to write them because Xavier wasn't really writing. Xavier was just listening and, you know, translating as best as I could through my own filter. So that body of work, at least when it comes to the essence of it, is for me and many others who are on a similar journey. Me translating the voice of God to Xavier, where he was at in his journey. So there's a lot of energy in that project. There's a lot of spirit in that project. There's a lot of messages in that project that are profound, and that are, to me, the voice of God. And then there's a lot of Xavier in that too, because it's coming through my filter.
Yes, you are the catalyst.
Yeah, it coming through there, and I straining out what I could, but also the elements of me that I still had coming out too. So I have a little bit of, my arrogance in it. It's there because I had that with me too. But there's my pieces in there too, and my love and my heart and my pain is in there. All of that is in there. And then there's parts where Xavier not there at all, and God just coming through straight. And I just managed to get it out. Give thanks that it helped me so much and helped so many others. And that's the reason why I think that's where my core supporters and fan base started, because so many people were going through a similar journey at that time. So, give thanks to everybody who helped create that project, and may it live on forever and still be paying in 2409, as I say on hieroglyphics. That is my hope.
Okay. How do we reach you, Zav? How do we interested persons who want to get in contact with you? Your telephone number, social tags. Just let our viewers know before we wrap.
If you want to connect with me, I'm available on all social media at xav.sound. That's XAV.sound. And you could find me there. Contact number. Hit me up on social media, and then we'll know if I contact
so just go to xav.sound.
Yeah.
And everything is going to be laid out for you guys.
Yeah. You can also check my website, which is www.xavsound.com. www.xavsound.com.
Right.
You can find me there. Yeah.
So I think that you just say so much. So I don't have to interject in many ways. So we are going to take a break. We're looking forward to having Zav perform. That's something we're looking forward to. So we're going to take a break, and we're going to be right back. But before we do that, one more time, our trivia question, nobody got it, but what was Tobago's airport first called before it was renamed? I was so sure you all would have gotten this. Crown Point. Crown Point Airport. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for joining. You were viewing Brunch, A Taste of Tobago. We're going to see you guys on Monday. From our family to yours, we wish you nothing but blessings, peace, love, and light. So we're going to take a break. We're going to come back with Zav. He's going to perform for us, and we will be right back. See you guys soon.
So let me tell you where we come from, Trinidad and Tobago Islands. And we not even Jamaican, but the dancehall scene, yeah, we shut down. And everything, yeah, irie, but in a minute could get real scary. Anywhere we go now, missing people on the news, and the boy them on the floor now. Blood running, can't stop it, flow. Boy gunning, small rocket. Whoa, black life and a small topic. No, police outside and not stop it. No, try tell me that is part of it. No. And I want to share with you tonight. There's still beauty in our isles. Open your eyes. Let me start with the roots where we come from. Africa, brought to a paradise island. Big, oh, peaceful people, but real radical. Warrior, heart clean, pretty like a rainbow. Link up with a sister isle named Trinidad. West Indian, beat the pan. You know the name though. Come and take a lime and a wine for carnival. Have a lemonade and unwind in Tobago. In Tobago. Tobago, Trinidad and Tobago. Tobago, I love you so. Tobago, Tobago, I love you. So let me tell you where we come from. Hey, give thanks, give thanks. So that's where we come from, and we'll share a little song for you all. We haven't released it yet, but we're in love with it. Yeah? This is called Pretty Lady. Big up the whole team, Mikey, everybody, yeah? Pretty lady, do you remember, Lord, when we met last year in December? I hope that this don't offend ya, nah. But I can't forget that wine, girl. Hear me right? In the back in times in Mariah, the dance floor was hot like a fire. You know that? Sexy red dress, your attire. Girl, you really took me higher. And we dance all night, all night. And you held me oh so tight. Make me contemplate my whole life. I went to the back, came back, you were nowhere in my sight. I never get to ask you your name or your number, where you're from. You're from country, you're from town. Who teach you to wind up a tongue? Tick tock, left, right, up and down. Girl up and down. Girl up and down. Yo, big love to everybody on the Tobago Updates crew. Big love to Kiwan, LS, Bad Guitarist, Mikey from Isolate Media, Asha Koo, everybody. Big love, Hannah Rose. I love you too, baby girl. Hey, I'm a son Zion. Everybody who has been on the journey. And our host this morning, Jay. Oh, what an amazing host. Big love from Zava and the team. And we dance all night, all night. And you held me oh so tight. Make me contemplate my whole life. I know that you're back, I'm never gonna let you out my sight. I finally could ask you your name or your number. Where you from? You're from country, you're from town?